Hello, hello, hello. I am Dory Stowell with Prairie Scraps here on YouTube, and I'm going to be going live here in a moment over in the Crafty Bunch on Facebook. So I will be on my page, kind of making a mess out of my orange paste. I opened it up, thankfully, and looked at it, and it was pretty bad shape. It's dried up. I love my oranges, but I've used them up quite a bit recently, and just going on, and I was making sure I had my orange. Now I kind of have like a real mess here. I'm gonna have to wipe it up, but we're gonna get going here up on the Crafty Bunch on Facebook. So please bear with me as I get going. If you're in this first part, hello, I am Dory Jo Stoll with Prairie Scraps on YouTube and Facebook. And I am waiting here I'm waiting and mixing up some chalk paste. I am waiting to get shared on over into the Crafty Bunch. We are doing a Scarecrow, dress a Scarecrow event in the Crafty Bunch. So I'm just waiting to get shared in over there. If you're watching this first part, you are probably watching the replay. Just put a hashtag replay so I know you were here. That helps out me and my page. Also, do make sure that you follow my pages, all my pages. Follow, subscribe. Like I said, I'm Dory Jo Stoll, Prairie Scraps, and I am making a mess out of my orange chalk today. That is my calling. So Brenda is over in the Crafty Bunch, finishing up right now with her Dress a Scarecrow project. I am the final one, so we'll just wait and see. I'm gonna clean this off so I'm not making a bigger mess. But this orange is dry. So we'll just give it a minute here. Get ready. Make sure if you're on my YouTube channel, you subscribe and like and comment and do all those things. That helps me out. I'm just a small business owner trying to make a living here. Pay my way. Pay for my crafting habits, and I love crafting. It's kind of my therapy, so it's just great when I get to share it with other people and help you out, figuring out, let me know if you want a shopping link. I'm happy to get you a shopping link off my website. I have a VIP group that I would love to have you join on Facebook too. Put little specials, things for sale, my finished goods, all that kinds of stuff. So hopefully we will be seeing some people pop in from over. I'm already a mess. Over in the Crafty Bunch, and I'm just waiting for that go ahead. Just as soon as I get done making a mess out of myself. I don't know. See if we made any progress. Hello, Angie. Thank you for hosting this Scarecrow event today. I'm waiting for the go ahead. I think we should be getting over into the Crafty Bunch. If you're not already in the Crafty Bunch, it's a great, exciting place to be if you like to craft, because there's all kinds of great ideas. And up before me was a whole bunch of ladies in their Dress a Scarecrow project today. Brenda was just finishing up before I came on. Hello, Penny. Thank you for joining in. We are in the Crafty Bunch today. And Danette, thank you for joining in with me. Make sure if you're not already a follower of my page, do that, because I'm less than 20 people away from having 1,500 followers on Facebook, and I'm trying to get there. Hello. Thank you, Angie, for hosting and being so kind to share me over into the Crafty Bunch. So today, my name is Dory. Well, my name is Dory every day. Dory Jo Stoll. And hello. I am in beautiful sunny Idaho today. We have some beautiful fall weather here. It's cooled off a little bit. It's actually kind of warm in the Airstream camper. I have a little Airstream camper. It's a 1953, and I craft from that. It's my private place. It's my place to be away from everybody and do what I want to do, which is crafting. So we are here in the Crafty Bunch. If you have not already joined or have not caught everybody else's Scarecrow, Dress a Scarecrow event today, go on over there. The great thing about Facebook when we do lives is you can just go back and watch whatever you want. Oh, thank you, Deborah. From Alabama. Are you still in the hot weather? Hello, Jennifer. Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining. So today I am going to do my own twist on a scarecrow using this Dollar Tree, what do they call it? Witch's hat, wreath form. I was worried. I went through the Dollar Tree twice with my husband and kids trying to look for this hat or some surface to use for this because I am going to make a scarecrow gnome today. I actually, if you can see that, it's kind of a long thing. See if I have it on my thing, it's taller than I am. But anyway, it's just the form, and I'm not actually going to keep this witch's hat formation of it. We're going to do some changes to it here in the Crafty bunch, and I want to make it into a gnome. I'm kind of going back to my roots as far as being on YouTube and Facebook. I originally kind of got my little YouTube channel going, Prairie Scraps, over on YouTube by making gnomes. And that still tends to be my most watched video. It's from a long time ago. My first original gnome, how to DIY make a gnome from Dollar Tree, was my original post, and it's been going forever. So I apologize if it looks really bad if you go back and watch it. But anyway, I don't want to take it down because it's always one of my best ones. Hello, Lou and Linda. Hello, Evelyn. Thank you so much for sprinkling me out. I appreciate that. We are here. I'm actually going to be making my own version of the Scarecrow, and I'm going to make it into a gnome from a Dollar Tree. Hello, Mary. Good to see you. And I'm going to start out by making a little tag to go on his hat because I think he's going to need some decor items on his hat. So I'm using a chalk suede. This is made paper tag that we have. They come in like a 12-pack. And by the way, if you want any of the items for this project, just put down below Scarecrow or Crow even. And I will go ahead, get back with you and get you a list of all the things I've used in this project. But anyway, this is chalk suede. It's like kind of soft. I really like touching it. If you can't tell, I keep touching it. It's made to be used with our chalk transfers and paste, and it is somewhat washable. You wouldn't want to dunk it in the water. And I'm just going to fuzz this. This is the first time I've used this cute little pumpkin. It says Happy Harvest. I don't know if you can see that. It's got silk in there. It's a sticky backed silk transfer, reusable like up to 12 times. But the first time you use it, you don't want it to be too sticky, especially on paper. You want it to come off. So I'm just doing some fuzzing on my little fuzz cloth here. And I'm going to put this on here more to the bottom than to the top because I have found to put tags on things with the bows and everything like that, and it ends up being kind of a mess. Hello, Luann. Good to see you. Where's everybody watching from today? We are in the fall weather of Idaho. I'm in mid-Idaho. I'm going to use two different colors today. I'm going to do what's called a hot mess technique. And I've got guava on this side, and I've got the new saffron that just came out. Is that beautiful? It kind of looks like mustard, doesn't it? Yummy, yummy. Like a darker mustard, not, like a little bit dried up mustard might be my description. Okay, so I'm just going to take and just dab. Hot mess is just that you use, you don't need a whole lot, but you use paste all over, just kind of getting it all around. And I'm just going to dab it on here with my little squeegee. This is like a small squeegee. I did 1/3 off, and then 2/3 are another piece of it. So that's how I came up with a smaller one. I also have a tool that's about the same size I'm going to use for my guava here. And we're going to do this little pumpkin kind of in the fall, a mix of the fall colors. This is a great way if you like the tie-dye look. You could do kind of a tie-dye look this way, but we call it the hot mess. Just trying to get some orange in here. And then I've got just a little bit of this paste on here. 85 in Vegas. Oh, that's a little warm for me. I like 70s-ish. Even 60 is pretty nice, which we've been it's been cooler in the morning. Our garden is slowed down growing. So it is definitely harvest time. We've got tomatoes. We canned some tomatoes this week. So I'm just going to run this through the yellow and the orange. I won't be putting this back in. And it doesn't matter. Every which way, mix it in. Make sure you get all the areas covered up because we're just going to peel this back. I want to make sure we got nice cover. And we want to work fast. We don't want it to dry, but I'll show you how that looks. Isn't that pretty? Love those colors. I love the fall colors. Ready for cool. Oh, 105. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, it was 90 down in Lewiston yesterday. I see a little spot I didn't get on my pumpkin, so I'm just going to lay it back down. Do it again. Down in Lewiston, we did I'm peeling letters off too. We did the Lewiston Roundup parade with the royalty yesterday, and it was in the 90s. So that was too hot for me, but it's cooler here. Maybe 80s, maybe late 70s. Oh, it is cute. Cute, cute, cute. I guess if you wanted this a little bit darker, you could maybe do like a brown mix in there, or I could come back and do a brown. Isn't that cute? And just making sure that the camera shows it. It's kind of vague, but we're just going to set that aside. Let that dry up. This we will use. I will take it in later and wash it up. So back to our hat, right? Back to our hat. I might set these, get this washed up wherever I put my, I had a wipeout. I know I did. Oh, well. Oh, it's here. 85 in Salt Lake City. Beautiful place. We just went to Salt Lake City, Penny, for spring break this last year. It was beautiful. Went down to the downtown mall, went to the temple, just to kind of check it out and see the organ. That's what we wanted to see. Hello, Deborah. All right. So this is the wreath form witch's hat at Dollar Tree. Dollar something tree, I'd like to call it these days. And I'm hoping, I don't want it to look like a witch's hat, that's for sure. So I'm kind of hoping I can get this bent over and just incorporate that into the hat. That's what I'm going to do. And I don't know, I'm not so strong, you guys. I do have a pliers here, so we'll see if that helps me. My husband offered to cut it off for me, and I said, just leave it. I think I need it for reinforcement. I was afraid that this bottom one would get some sharp edges to it if I did that. So I'm just seeing how this is going to go. Hello, Melanie. We are doing a Scarecrow theme. The only thing I maybe would have liked a little bit better, this is coated with like a paint, like a green paint or a black paint. This is black maybe. But it is cracking off. It's okay. We're going to cover it all. So I'm just using it as a form. So you could use like, that one went nicely. This one. All right. So you could use like oops. I just don't want any sharp edges. Okay. So I'm going to get that paint off there. You could use any form. I even thought about using one of the wood stars for the form, because I'm just trying to form the hat of my gnome. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to make a Scarecrow gnome. And I'm going to try to do his beard with, I have three things I don't like. I love crafting. I love all the different things. I love how all the things look when they're done. I don't like working with a few things. One of them is glitter. If it's like loose glitter, it gets everywhere. Hi, Dottie's Design and more. Another one is the moss. You know, that reindeer moss? Oh, that stuff gets everywhere. You cannot get it out. And then the third item that I do not like, glitter. So you kind of get the gist of it. I'm very messy crafter, but I don't like to make the mess. I don't like to clean up the mess. So glitter, the reindeer moss, and lo and behold, raffia. Because to me, every time, hello, Denise. Every time I use this raffia, I make a big ball of knots and I can't get it out. So you guys are here to witness the making of some knots. And I've already started well. I started off really good here. I found a piece of wire in here. I think it must have just like picked it up from somewhere else, some other project of mine, who knows. And I was thinking, I don't know, I probably shouldn't think too much when I'm crafting, but I was thinking I would just kind of grab up some bunches of these, maybe See, this is the thing about the raffia. It never is the same length. I can never get it out like in pieces, all even pieces. It's my perfectionism. It's coming out. So I'm going to try that. We'll see. We'll see. This is a process. And I'm going to start more in the middle this time, and then I'll move it out. I'm going to do do you guys ever do macrame? My little tie it, the hitch knot, I think they call it. Whoops. That one went around the edge. So it's just like a hitch knot to put like a bunch of it on the end. Do you see that? So we're just going to sit and talk. So scarecrows, has anybody talked about we know about the Wizard of Oz scarecrow. What did he not have? He didn't have was it a heart or a brain? He didn't have a brain. I got it. The scarecrow did not have a brain. I all of a sudden didn't know. But does anybody have scarecrows in their gardens? Do you guys use scarecrows? I think it would be kind of fun to have a scarecrow in the garden. It'd be kind of you can make a cute decoration, right? They're also they help to scare things away. I feel like though I need a scarecrow that would scare away cats, because the cats like to use our gardens for their duty. What in the world? This one's super long. This one's short. I don't know why. Look at that. That's the difference in length. Hello. How is your weather today? We're probably getting close to 80 here. But it feels like, oh my goodness, that one's so short. I have the longest and the shortest of the bunch. You probably have where's my short one? I can't find it. I'm going to set that one aside. I don't want it. Probably have, oh my goodness. I just need to maybe get rid of the long one. I don't know why. Why is there one so long? There we go. I can't decide what to do with it. It's too long. Cold 50s. Oh, goodness. We have just a gorgeous weather right now. I'm just putting the hitch knot through. So I just make a loop in half and then push the raffia through. I always like how raffia looks. I don't like dealing with it. And this is why, because they're not perfectly shaped. Why? Why do I have a really long one? That's what I would like to know. I guess I'm just going to throw it in with it, and then I will go ahead and... I'm just using 3 pieces. Can you tell I have some anal issues? I like everything to be even. I like to use the same amount. Hello, Pam and Carla. Not too bad here. It's only 91. Yeah, see, we hit in the 90s. It was in the peak of the afternoon yesterday in Lewiston. It was, we did see 101. And it was too hot. We were melting because we don't usually get that hot even in the summer. But right now we're more in the 60s, 70s. It probably gets down to about 40s, 50s at night right now in the mountains. And it sort of feels like fall. All the harvest is coming in. We got tomatoes. There's a guy just down the mountain. Hello, Mary. Good to see you. And Pam, did I say hello? Thank you so much for following. We're over in the Crafty Bunch today making a scarecrow. And I am making a scarecrow gnome is what I'm attempting. Let's just say that. Never fear. I have another batch of this color. I could put probably a mix in of brown and the orange or the yellow or whatever, off-whitish color. So I'm making a scarecrow gnome, or at least I'm attempting. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. There must be a trick to raffia. I just don't know it. I still have the rubber band in there. I can't get it out. It's kind of a mess. So this guy down the mountain sells tomatoes. We have tomatoes in our garden, but they're not even, They're just like 2 or 3 at a time are coming ripe. But down the mountain, it's a lower elevation than we're at. And so they have like 10 degrees warmer weather than we do. And so things grow better down there. They call it the banana belt for the most part down in this area. So anyway, this guy down the mountain like sells, you can just go and pick your own tomatoes for 50 cents a pound. 70s. Oh, nice. Melanie, Wisconsin. 50 cents a pound. I will trim his beard later when I get closer to being, done, finishing him up. I'll give him a haircut for his beard. So anyway, we got in tomatoes. So we canned about half of them into whole packed tomatoes on Thursday. And then our plum tree is ripe. And so I've been giving it away as much as I possibly can. I hate to see fruit go to waste, but there's only so many things. Oops, I'm knocking things over. There's only so many things you could do with plums. I don't know. I made a plum. There's a full-on piece of wire in here. Oh, like with the biscuits cooked on plum not crumble. Anyway, it's kind of like one of those fall desserts. You can make it with peaches and you kind of just basically make biscuits cooked on top of them with the plum sauce or plum on the bottom. So I made that this week to get rid of some plums, and then brought plums to my son yesterday. He's like, "Oh, great, plums." He kind of feels the same way. Hello, darling. So it's harvest, and that kind of came from talking about, does anybody out there use scarecrows in their gardens anymore? I do think they would be really cute. They're definitely a cute decor item in the fall. I like the fall colors, fall decorations. This is a sort of a mess. I'm going to pass on this hard pass on this little mess of stuff and start with some new stuff. Hopefully I have enough. I think I do. It's looking pretty full. Like I've only done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 little bunches so far. So not so bad. I'm just shoving it down, putting it in the middle. It's not, super specific. Hello. Bring them to cobbler. Yes, you are right. I couldn't think of that. I don't know why. That was funny. Cobbler. I made a cobbler, plum cobbler. But my kids have gotten so tired. We have so many plums out here. Because I think when the settlers first came here, in order to settle the property, they had to prove their property by having so many fruit trees growing. And plums, I think, are about the easiest thing to grow. Although we've tried 4 plum trees, 2 different times, 2 at a time, plum trees in our yard, and they've had the blight. So I don't know. They died, all 4 of them. So we are not plum growers, but we do. Oh, not plums, cherries. That was. I'm getting them all mixed up. Anyway, so there's lots of random fruit trees around here. Plums are in a plethora in our area, and apples are ripe. So we need to do something with. What is the form? Oh, I'm using the witch's hat wreath form from Dollar Tree. And I folded the ends in so it doesn't look like a witch's hat shape. I'm just trying to make my little beard now on the bottom of it. And I'm thinking this will actually be covered up. I will go through and give him a little cut. Hello. Thank you for joining me, Darlene. And, oh, shoot, I should know your name. I'm really bad with names. I'm sorry. Junk to joyful. I do the same thing, too, so don't worry. I just forget. Hello, Amy. We are doing a scarecrow on a witch's hat from Dollar Tree over in the Crafty Bunch. I'm excited to be there. If you haven't already joined the Crafty Bunch, go do that. I am the last presenter today, but never fear. You can watch all of them that have presented today in the Scarecrow event, because I think scarecrows are kind of cute. for the fall, for fall decorations. I'm going to call that the halfway point. I don't know. There's a kind of a bar in the middle. So, and I'm just making bunches of these raffia, and I think what did I call it before? They call it a hitch, a full hitch. You could do half hitches and full hitches in macrame if you were looking for the word. Not that you care. Oh, thank you, Darlene. Make sure that you follow along on my page. I was saying a little bit earlier that I'm pretty excited. I almost have 1,500 followers. So make sure you, after we're done here, go in. You might actually see it on my thing. It says to follow. Make sure you follow me because I'm trying to get to that 1,500. It seems it's been painful to go from 1,200 to 1,500. I don't know why. It seems like the longest process right now. So I'm sure once I get there, it'll be just going by gangbusters. So I appreciate everybody that comes in here to watch. I'm in Idaho. I love to craft. Just a little bit about myself, I guess. Live in a little tiny remote town in the middle of Idaho. Beautiful place to live, very far. We went grocery shopping yesterday for the first time in, well over a month, I guess. Probably 2 months, maybe, would be more like. We're about an hour 15 from all Walmarts, Costco's, McDonald's. We had McDonald's yesterday. I thought that would be the most difficult part about moving out here was because we moved here from Wisconsin. And I thought the most difficult part would be not having McDonald's with kids. And I frankly don't miss it. Hello, Daisy. Thank you for joining in to our Scarecrow event today. I am making a Scarecrow gnome out of a witch's hat at Dollar Tree. I was just saying you could do anything you wanted for the actual surface of the hat. You could do, I was thinking if I could find, I almost used one of the, they have the star-shaped, like just wood cutouts at the Dollar Tree. I was almost going to use that because I couldn't find these witches hats. I knew I wanted one and I've seen them around and they're usually over by all the wreath stuff. You know, they have like, I don't know, ours has like a different aisle for it for some reason. Guys, I'm running out. Hope I don't run out here. We need enough for a beard. Maybe I could have made a red beard, I guess. I don't know. So I appreciate you coming in here. Make sure if you haven't got a chance to see all the other crafters on the Crafty Bunch, just go in there and feel like it's like doing my kid's hair here. Oh my goodness, you guys, I am going to run out. I thought there was plenty here. I don't know. I got this. Like, actually, I think I got this at a thrift store, the raffia. Like, there was 3 different colors, but more of this lighter color, but there's a brown in there and a red. I don't know. I probably paid 50 cents because I probably wouldn't pay very much for raffia. Because, like I said, it's not my favorite medium. I always get it all knotted up. I'm not good at keeping it clean. Oh, that one came apart. Shoot. That one, actually, I didn't cut it, but it came apart where I bent it. So I might have to alternate some browns in here. Hopefully this bottom one doesn't come apart. It is like covered with a paint. It's a wreath form. And it's even cracking off where I bent it. Thank you, Angie. So anyway, I walked like 3 times through the fall aisle and kept re-looking. Sometimes in Dollar Tree, you just, I don't know. I just look and think I have seen everything and then find one more thing. And that was exactly it. I went one last time through the Dollar Tree. And lo and behold, it was not in the wreath section where they have the wreath forms. It was over in like the Halloween aisle. I'm just taking a couple of these out. Sorry you're having to stay with me while I relocate things here because they're moving over. So I'm just doing a think it's called the hitch knot or whatever. This one looks kind of, just to put him in here. But I think he's gonna get some brown, because I am, or do you think that's enough? Maybe it's enough. Just want to get it a little more even because I have more on one side. And of course there's a little bar in the middle, but I kind of want that there for stability. So I'm not gonna cut it. We're just gonna move these. All that work to untangle them, and now I'm tangling them up. So I'm so thankful everybody's here. Hopefully I need to kind of move on with this here. Okay. Whew. We already made a tag for his hat, and I think I was saying this, the gnomes are kind of my thing, and I didn't intentionally do it. I thought, like, I like the gnomes because I'm Scandinavian, and they kind of remind me of the Scandinavian, you know, little hair. So that's what it looks like. And it did come apart a lot right down here. Do you see that? I may have to do a spotch. Look at that. It's totally come apart there in a couple places. I might have to do a little spotch of glue on there. But first we're going to do the hat. And I got out some burlap. Being in wheat area, that we live up on the prairies. That's why I'm Prairie Scraps, because we live up on the prairies. And I graduated from Sun Prairie. So I figured it was a good, I'm going to use this. Oh, nope, it's not an edge. All right, I won't use anything. I want this here, and I've got this piece. I think this will work. I got all these burlap. What I started to say was, being in the middle of the prairie where they grow wheat everywhere, these grain bags, one time I saw on Facebook, they were selling grain bags. I've got that piece of wire all tangled up now in my burlap. I'm going to put that, I don't know where that came from, but I recognize it as some other crafting thing. One of the granaries here, because we have 2 granaries right in town. It's kind of cool. Real close to my house. They put on Facebook that you could come and buy grain bags, these burlap grain bags, for 10 cents a piece. And I bought 200. And they have gotten really used well. I'm telling you. I have used these. I've used them for chair covers, for graduation, and I have used them. Oops. I've used them for Crafts Unlimited. When I go and sell my finished goods at craft shows, I give my bigger projects, they get a burlap bag to carry their stuff away. Because for 10 cents, you came and buy a paper bag for that. All right, I think I'm going to make him a ratty hat here. And I want to get that pushed over. Just want to, let's see. I think I don't know if you've ever knew this, because I've done table runners. I've sewn table runners, done lots of things with burlap. It's kind of fun to use. So what you do to cut burlap is you could pull one of the long strings out, and that will give you a straight line to cut from on. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm holding it up too high, Barbara. I will get it down. Apologize for that. I will get it down for you. And then these strings, you can even use that for twine for projects too on the burlap. Okay, let me show you again. Here's his beard. It's just kind of dangling on there. And this part is all kind of broken up. So apologize for that. Got a rubber band. All right. So I was looking, and basically what that did was pulling that one string through there. It gives me, because burlap isn't, I mean, when they make burlap sacks, they don't really cut them straight or sew them straight or anything like that. They're pretty good though. They're made on a machine, but sometimes it's hard to figure out. But that's how you can cut a straight line on burlap, is by pulling one string, and then it's easy to cut there. Super easy to cut. And I'm just going to cut this end off because I just don't need it. It's just going to add bulk is what it's going to do. Hopefully we still fit. Okay. And it does definitely have like that, I don't know, burlap is very dusty to work with. That is for sure. I think I might use this lighter side, the inside. It's kind of naturally folding that way anyway. We use these bags. I'm going to hem this. We use these bags for, I know, 10 cents and I bought 200 and I still have lots around, but there are times where I think, did I buy enough? Did I buy enough? I'm trying to get my glue gun. Oh man, there it is. Please don't run out. I just took it off the thing. I started it. It was an amazing deal, that's for sure. I'm just gonna, I want to hot glue this into a, maybe I won't. Maybe I have the dead one. I know I brought one out, but then I have them both sitting here. Maybe I mixed them up. Thought I did. Do you ever do that? Like you think you changed it out and then you did. Oh, I'm late, but I'm so glad you're here, Darlene. Thank you for joining in. We're making a Scarecrow gnome, and I'm just trying to hot glue his little cuff on his hat. So far, we have an unruly beard tied on to the bottom of a witch's hat. And I don't know. I'm hoping, you know what? How could it be possible that 2 batteries are dead? It's totally dead. Well, then, excuse me while I grab myself a plug-in. Falls, fails, plug your... I don't know what's going on with that. We are going to plug my old-fashioned plug-in glue gun in. Thankfully, I have one on hand because that would be a disaster. I know I brought one from inside that was already... Sorry if I'm bumping you. Okay. Give me some hot glue. Sometimes the plugins. Did I buy enough? I know. I think about that all the time. Like, did I buy enough? And I'm kind of stingy with it even. Like, we took the bags, these grain bags, and just folded them like in half on itself. And it worked for a chair back cover for my son's graduation. How long does this take to go? Hopefully we can get this going. Holy cow. I did not expect that. You can kind of see the idea here. I've got about 10 minutes, so I'm hoping this little glue gun will work. Old-fashioned one, plug in. I know, and then the other thing I wanted to do was make him some little patches. So maybe I'll start doing that while we're waiting for that glue gun to go. If I bat 1,000 with the glue gun, I apologize. I will go ahead and I'll take a picture once I'm done and figure out what my glue gun situation is. I don't know what's going on. I kind of want to make a decent size. I see a little. So you just make a little cut and you can actually rip a straight line. Hello, Dave. On fabric as well. It just rips along the grains. There we go. Which helps. And then the ripped edge looks nice too because it makes it look a little like that was like an old when my grandma passed away, I inherited her fabric stash, and that was like an old shirt. My grandma would use every part of everything. Does anybody else have grandmas that did that? My grandma was a keeper. Well, both of my grandmas were actually. And isn't this a beautiful fabric? I think this was a fabric I used to make pumpkins. Oh, no, it was a pumpkin. I made some pumpkin quilted table runners. Sewed them. Yeah, we sewed them. Made it in we had a mom's group that met. Bible study every week, and then we do crafts too. This was one of those crafts. But it was beautiful fabric. I love that. So we're going to, I'm trying to be random. I'm not very good at it. I have a bucket of scraps of each of the colors. Hello, Cheryl. Hello, Mom. Let's just talk about Grandma's scrap collection. It's your mom. And I don't know how many patches we need here, but I kind of go in threes. Maybe this one looks better. We'll see. I'm just going to make... I do things in threes, so bear with me. Are you going to work for me? Oh, it works. Yay! We got hot glue. Okay. I might use that one instead because I kind of like it. We'll see. I like it better. I don't know. I liked the red too. Okay, hot glue. We are going to make a cuff for his hat by hot gluing it. It's okay. I will try very hard not to burn my fingers. I might be in better luck now that I don't have that glue gun, the battery operated one. That one is hot. Hot, hot, hot. Just, see, I just used the finger that didn't have one. We are doing a Scarecrow today theme over in the Crafty bunch. Trying not to glue it onto my mat as well. I maybe should have just glued it on. And we want him to look a little rustic here, so I'm taking off some of the edges. I'm not trying to make a closed edge. Usually if I did a cuff like on a little gnome, I would give him a closed, close it off so it looked like there was a seam there, but we are not worried about making him look, we want him to look rustic. So much trouble with the battery glue gun tools, I think. Yeah, and they're expensive. I love mine, don't get me wrong, and I have 2 batteries, but I don't know what I just did. I don't know if I'm not in general, other than it's super hot. It's really a hot glue gun, hence the name, right? All right, this is going to be our little hat brim right here. And we're going to fold this over to the back. All right, I'm winging this. This I am totally making up. Now, I want to just get this glued down. First of all, I need to glue together this metal. And I'm going to glue it right to the burlap. And it's not going to reach all the way around him, but that's okay because this is going to be like a door hanger. I'm trying to attach it both to the metal and to itself here. So we just wrap this hat around him. It's okay if you were worried about it not. And then this little end, I want that one kind of glued down too. I want to at least put a hot glue spot on it so it's not poking anybody when it's on their door. We're just going to wrap this around here, hot glue it down. Whenever I make gnomes, there's nothing specific. Each one has its own little personality. So I've got about 4 more minutes here, but I am the last presenter here in the Crafty bunch. So I might just finish this up with you since I have the time. Hopefully that's okay. I don't know if there's any way to, whoops. I'm trying to be responsible and wear fingers. These little silicone. What is that? Oh, I've got a little fan. Can you hear that? Oh, thanks for the score, Mom. Green Bay is leading. Woohoo! Okay, now oh shoot. Now I shortened him. Dang it. I'm going to bend this down a little, actually. I'm going to go ahead and amend his hat here a little because I didn't make it quite long enough, I guess. I could make a little kind of a pom-pom type thing. And we're not really too worried about his perfection of his hat. We're just going to tack him down. Oh boy. This is why I shouldn't probably have cords, because I get myself in trouble. I'm all tangled up. I'm sure. So I missed the tip of that. Do you see that? I didn't get it quite to the top. So we're gonna put a little, I had this little string here, so I'm thinking he's gonna get a little tassel. Not a string. I had a little piece of fabric, so I think we're gonna just make kind of a tassel for him up here out of these little scraps. Yep, see, raffia. I'm going to use some raffia. We'll use some of these scraps of the fabric up here. Won't that be cute? Cut that in half. I'll just make him a little tassel. See, won't he look cute? With that little, I know he's getting really long now. I can't show you the whole thing, the whole picture. But I can show you how I'm going to do his nose real quick if you are wanting to get off. But I was going to use... see how I left this front side of his hat open yet from his beard? And the reason I did that on purpose, because I want to stick this pine cone I got. I actually got this last year, Mom, that we went over to our cousins in Montana. We went and visited, and she had all these pine cones. So I got to get it solid on there in the middle. That's going to be his nose. And then I'm just going to glue the sides down around it. I don't know if you can see that very well, but we're just going to run a piece of glue here and glue the sides down. This is exactly pretty much how I do. I was looking, the other thing you could use if you don't have a pine cone, by the way, although the pine cone, I think, leads a nice little, I lost my tag. I shooshed it off. Remember, I got it. Anyway, I had, I always just kind of put it around the nose just to make it look like a nose. That's what I do. I think he's going to be really cute. I'll probably trim up his beard here a little bit. You could even put a little bit of straw in here to and braid it. That would be really cute to make a little gnome girl. And then you could see I'm going to make a little tassel up here on the top. And then wherever I want to put this up here. All right. You guys. Oh, I'm a mess. Just knocked the backdrop down. I'm going to put this on here. And then I also wanted to put a little tag, but that maybe doesn't even show up very good. I might go back and make a new one. I knocked a bunch of paste down. All right. So you kind of just going to get that fixed around. So thank you so much for joining me for the event. Hello, Jennifer. Thank you. Yay. Yes. The Packers are winning. That's good, I guess. All the while I am over here crafting. It's a good time. Actually, the Packer game is usually a good time for me to go ahead and I don't mind watching the Packers, but I also probably prefer crafting to it. So I got a little too much spread out there. So we're just going to glue these down. Trying to get it so you can kind of get the gist of it. I like this little leaf piece the best, I think. So I'm putting that one on top. There we go. Make him kind of... See, look cute?